May 1st, 1486, Christopher Columbus proposes his plan to search for a western route to India in an audience with Spanish monarch Isabella I. Full support is granted 3 years later in 1489. 1704, the Boston Newsletter publishes the first newspaper advertisement. 1840, the penny black, the world's first adhesive postage stamp, is issued in Great Britain. 1851, the first public flushing toilets, called the monkey closets, is unveiled by George Jennings as part of the Great Exhibition at Hyde Park in London. One flush will cost you 1 penny. 1861, Federal forces under Major General William T. Sherman began battling the Confederate Army of Tennessee. At stake was Atlanta, the major manufacturing center and railroad hub. This was the beginning of what would become known as the Atlanta Campaign. 1908, the world's most intense rain shower took place in Portobello, Panama, where they received 2.47 inches of rain in 3 minutes. To give you some perspective, the rainfall in the state of Georgia for May 2022 was 2.43 inches, which was roughly 1 inch below average. 1920, legendary slugger Babe Ruth records his first home run for the New York Yankees in a 6-0 win over his former club, the Boston Red Sox. And just down the road a bit, on the same day, the longest Major League Baseball game by innings took place as the Brooklyn Robins tied the Boston Braves 1-1 in a 26-inning baseball game. 1924, German automobile manufacturers Daimler Motor and Gesellschaft and the Benz and Cie began their first joint venture. These two companies would later merge into Mercedes-Benz. 1931, the Empire State Building opens in New York City. 1939, the greatest detective of all, Batman, first appears in Detective Comics number 27. 1940, the Summer Olympics are canceled by the Finnish Olympic Committee because of World War II. 1951, 600,000 people march for peace and freedom in Germany. 1957, Larry King's first radio broadcast takes place on WAHR in Miami Beach, Florida. 1961, Fidel Castro announces that there will be no more elections in Cuba. Also in 1961, Harper Lee receives the Pulitzer Prize for her novel To Kill a Mockingbird. 1969, children's educational television host Fred Rogers testifies before the U.S. Senate Subcommittee of Communications to secure funding for the creation of the PBS TV. 1971, the Amtrak Railroad begins operations. 1991, the A's outfielder Rickey Henderson steals all-time Major League Baseball record 939th base in a 7-4 win versus New York Yankees in Oakland. 1997, Tony Blair is elected Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. 1999, the animated series SpongeBob SquarePants debuts on Nickelodeon. 2003, in what becomes known as the Mission Accomplished speech, U.S. President George W. Bush declares that major combat operations in Iraq have ended. 2019, Naruhito officially succeeds his father Akihito as the Emperor of Japan after the latter abdicated the throne due to illness. 2019, New York City officially names a street Sesame Street at the intersection of West 63rd Street and Broadway in honor of the show's 50th anniversary. These are just a few of the things that have happened today, May 1st in history. This has been Mr. Scott with Today in History. Thanks for watching.